Hello guys, good day. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you my game against the newly elect PD Master Rustum Tolentino. Way back 2012, first Mayor Imanus Cup Open Chess Championship held in SM Cagayan de Oro City. So without further ado, let's start. E4, C5, Knight F3, and D6. So this is a Sicilian opening. Let's continue. D4, C takes D4, Knight takes D4, Knight F6, Knight C3, and G6. So this is known as Sicilian Dragon opening. After G6, my opponent played Bishop E3, then Bishop G7, F3, Knight C6, Queen D2, Castle, and Castle Queenside. So after Castle Queenside, I played Bishop D7, and this is my preparation against the Yugoslav attack without Bishop C4. But before that, there are other two main alternatives. Here, the first is D5. Second is Knight takes D4. So first, let us analyze first the Knight takes D4. After Knight takes D4, Bishop takes D4, Bishop E6, then King D1. The King D1 idea is to prevent Queen E5. Queen E5 here is not good because after Queen E5, there's a Knight D5, and let's say for example Queen takes D2, then there's an in-between moves like Knight takes E7, then King H8, then Rook takes D2, and after Rook A to E8, then there's a move first, Bishop takes F6, good move. Then after Bishop takes F6, then Knight D5. So there is no check in the E1. So we clear advantage for white. So after Queen E5, let's say for example after Knight D5, then Queen D8, then Knight takes Knight, E takes F6, then there's a backward pawn and isolated pawn D6, and this is very weak, and this is vulnerable for the attack, and with a clear advantage for white. So Queen E5 here is not good. So the best move for black here is Queen C7. After Queen C7, then G4, Rook F to C8, then H4, then Queen E5 because there is King F8 after Knight D5 if possible. So I think we chances for both sides, and with approximately level game. So that's the idea of knight takes d4. So let us analyze d5 move. After d5, there are two main alternatives for white. Number one is queen e1. Number two is e takes d5. So first, let us analyze queen e1. After d5, queen e1. Then there are two alternatives for black again. Number one is e6, and the other one is e5. So let us analyze first e6. After e6, this variation queen e1 is favorite by our local player Nazario Ubanan, and this is his favorite fit line. So after e6, then h4 for white, good move. Then after h4, then queen c7, h5, good move. Knight takes h5, then e takes d5, then knight takes d5, either queen e5, and with chances for both sides. And I like the position of black. So with interesting position after bishop c4 with double edge. So after queen e1, there is also e5, then knight takes d5, b takes c6, a takes c6, and c takes d5. There are also lines like knight takes d5. So let's analyze c takes d5, then bishop g5. After bishop g5, then bishop e6. Then white will continue with bishop c4. Not a good idea to capture this because of this move, h6, and with advantage for black. I think it's forced because, say for example, what is the move for black here? Yeah, I think it's forced. Bishop takes, then bishop takes, and with a clear plus for black. So let's say for example, if bishop d2, then there's a knight e4, backing the queen and also the knight. So maybe forced only move. then capture. So for example, bishop takes, and there's a lot of weaknesses for white, and the font structure is very weak. So after bishop e6, the best move for white is bishop c4, then queen c7, then bishop takes f6, d takes c4, bishop takes g7, king takes g7, with unclear position. So after d5, there is also move like knight takes c6, b takes c6, e takes d5, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, e takes d5, queen takes d5, then queen c7. And there are two variations for white. Number one is queen c5, the other one is queen takes e8. So first, let us analyze queen takes e8. After queen takes e8, then bishop f5, good move, with the idea of attacking the c2 pawn, with creating checkmate, and also attack also the queen. So first, queen takes f8, then king takes f8, then rook d2, good move, with for me with approximately level game. But bad move here is bishop d3. After bishop d3, then there is queen 5 with double attack for bishop and the b2 pawn. So the best move is rook d2, and after, let's say for example, queen v8, then just simply play b3, and if h5, then maybe bishop c4, and with chances for both sides. Okay. And after queen c7, another move for white is queen c5, then queen v8. So I like this queen v8 move for black. This is Fedorov's idea, queen v8, instead of moving the queen to b7. So queen b8, and after queen e3, then the queen can have the access to dark square diagonal. And then, for example, bishop e6, then bishop a6, so I think we chances for both sides. Let's say, for example, queen c7, then rook a to b8, followed by attacking this b2 pawn, and with a lot of play for black. So that's the idea of d5. So let's proceed to bishop d7, my move. And this is my preparation, bishop d7. Then my opponent played king b1, then rook c8, then g4. After g4, I played knight e5, then h4. So here, there are three alternatives for black. Number one, say for example, queen e5. The other one is h5. The last one is b5. So let us analyze first h5. After h5, the best move for white is g takes h5, knight takes h5, rook g8, and then rook takes c3, good move. B takes c3 forced because after, for example, queen takes c3, then there is knight takes f3 with a relative pin for the queen, and not good idea for white. So the best move is b to c3, and the compensation for the exchange is the weak pawn structure for white, and also it weakens the king's position for white. So that's the compensation for the exchange sacrifice. And I think black will continue with queen e5. And I check in my database, and there's a game between Lee Kwang Lim and Nigel Short with 2008 in Dresden Olympiad. If you go deeper in this position, so you have to research in ChessBase 15. So after h4, other lines is queen e5, which is this is I prefer queen e5 in this line. After, let's say for example, white will continue to attack with h5, then there is an unexpected move for black, and I think it's an interesting idea with knight takes f3, then knight takes f3, then knight takes f3, bishop takes g4, bishop takes no, sorry, bishop e2, then rook takes c3, good move, then queen takes c3, queen takes c3, b takes c3, then knight takes e4. And here with a double edge position and with material advantage for white, but um, in exchange for the rook, the is solid pawn structure for black, and also 5 pawns against the rook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 pawns, but um, it's hard to defend the c3 pawn. I think there is no satisfactory reply for white here after knight takes e4. I think the best move for white is bishop d2, then bishop takes c3, bishop c1, bishop g7, bishop g2, then knight f2, rook g1, then bishop takes f3, bishop takes f3, knight takes, so for example, bishop g7, king takes g7, bishop takes, and with slightly better for black in this position. There is also knight b3, queen c7, bishop e2, then b5. So with chances for both sides. Then the most solid reply is bishop e2 with chances for both sides also. After queen e5, knight d5, then queen takes d2, knight takes e7, then king h8, then bishop takes d2, good move, because the idea of bishop takes d2 to exploit the d6 pawn. So after bishop takes d2, then rook c to e8, then g5, then after g5, knight takes e4 in order to regain the pawn and weaken the center. F takes e4, then rook takes e7, then bishop v4, exploiting the weak d6 pawn. Then after bishop b4, then bishop g4, bishop takes d6, then rook d7, bishop takes f8, then bishop takes d1, bishop takes g7, king takes g7, then c3. So I think with chances for both sides and with approximately a level game, And actually, it is not clear in my analysis about queen e5, and I'm not sure if I regain the pawn on e7, especially after knight d5. So that's why I I didn't go in this line, and I admit now I didn't really see all these variations during the game. So queen e5 is the best move here, but in my game it is not clear for me about queen e5, so I played rook e8. I think it's a little bit passive. Then after rook e8, let's continue. He continued to play with h5. Then after h5, then I played queen e5. Then h2, g6, f to g6. Then knight b3, queen c7, and bishop e2. After bishop e2, then I played bishop e6. Then bishop h6 to exchange the dark squared bishop. But um, for me, I played bishop h8 because in this position, it is necessary not to exchange the dark squared bishop. So after bishop h8, he played bishop g5. Then after bishop g5, I played rook f8. Since my rook is passive on e8, so I transfer to f8 in order to protect the h7. At the same time, if possible, I will attack um, this f3 pawn. Then he played rook h4, rook f7. Then he played f4, which is good move. Then I played knight c4, bishop takes c4, then bishop takes c4. Then he continued to play with f5. Then knight d7. F takes g6, f takes g6. Then rook d to h1. I played bishop e8, bishop e5. Then knight b4. Here, Jason Nabatlao suggests the move with queen e3 with the idea of transferring the queen to h3. But I think, and he said that white is winning, but I don't agree on that, because after queen e3, I just simply play with b5 to counter attack. Then for example, queen h3, then just simply rook g7 with the idea of keeping the king to f7. So after rook h1, then bishop e5, then he played knight d4, then I played knight f8, then after knight f8, e3, then I played b5 in order to counter attack in the queen side. So after b5, rook 4 to h3, then I played queen c5. The idea of queen c5 is to sacrifice this b5 pawn to d4, and also uh, to provoke my opponent to play with bishop e3. After bishop e3, I played b4, then knight e4, queen e4, queen takes b4, then queen c7. So after queen c7, I played b3, and I played bishop e6. Then the knight cannot capture the bishop because of the checkmate of the c2 pawn. So he played queen d2 first, then queen b7. The idea is to attack the e4 pawn, and here we are in time trouble. So after queen b7, he played bishop h6, which is I think that's a bad idea, because I have a threat in e4. So maybe the best move for white is knight x e6, then queen d5, with slight for me, I think with slightly better position for white. But since we are in time trouble, so my opponent played a bad move. After bishop h6, then I just simply um, capture the pawn, then bishop takes f8, queen takes d4, and white lost on time. And of course, I think the position also for white is losing. So that's all, guys, and thanks for watching, and God bless.